This is the Uptick Newswire Stock Day podcast, sponsored by InvestorsHangout.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube to stay up to date on penny stock news and interviews, public information on OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world, with your host, Everett Jolly.
On today's show, I'm bringing back a returning guest, and I'll tell you what, you better take a serious look at this stock because I think they're in the process of blowing up, and that's my personal opinion. We're talking about Blissco Cannabis Corp. They trade on the OTCQB under the ticker symbol HSTRF. They also trade on the Canadian Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol BLIS. They are a Canadian company and American company. They're a wellness cannabis brand-based company based out of British Columbia. They have multiple licenses. They're a processor, cultivator, distributor, and a premium cannabis company. With us today, the guest is the CEO, the president, chairman, and founder of the company, Mr. Damian Kettlewell. Damian, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Everett, thanks so much. Thanks for having me on.
You know, it's been a little while. It's been about 6 to 7 months. Please bring us up to date. Unique as a federally licensed cannabis producer. What makes you guys so special other than that?
You know, absolutely. Blissco is a Canadian wellness cannabis brand, and we are really focused on helping our medical patients and our adult use customers with that sense of connection and that sense of community through the healthy components of the cannabis plant. And to that effect, really moving forward, we're focused on oils and extracts and cannabis oils. Currently, we're shipping dried flower. We're very excited to have shipped product to BC, and we'll be shipping product to Alberta, New Brunswick, and Saskatchewan this month. And with more supply agreements in the works with provincial governments. So when you look at currently right now, you can go to the BC Cannabis Store's website, and there's 3.5 grams, and there's half-gram pre-rolls and double pre-rolls from a variety of excellent strains. And really, moving forward as well, there'll be an expansion across the country. So we've really been focused on hitting operational milestones and getting to revenue. We're very proud with our Q1 revenue. As per our conversation before the interview, we will be releasing our annual year-end statements that ended January 31st. They'll be released by the end of May, and then our Q1 statements which is February, March, April. Will be released by the end of June. So really after 5.5 years of being a licensing and a construction focus, and now we've made the transition to consumer packaged goods focus, and very much focused on the Blissco brand and getting our unique wellness cannabis brand out to the marketplace, and we're having very strong reception for the marketplace and seeing a lot of stores in British Columbia buy the product through the provincial government's wholesale market. So it's exciting times. We're growing fast, and really, as well, what is significant is the submission of our oil sales license. We've got our oil production license. This is for cannabis oil tinctures through our CO2 extraction lab, and now we're in the process of planning out and building our ethanol extraction lab that's going to take our production capacity from a few 100,000 30 milliliter cannabis oil tinctures a year to upwards of 10.6 million. And so we're going to have three CBD SKUs and one THC SKU. So it's really quite exciting. The demand right now for CBD in Canada is off the charts. It's selling out as soon as it gets to the stores. So Blissco is going to be launching a high CBD cannabis strain, and then a balanced 2-to-1, a two CBD, a 1 THC cannabis strain, and then a 1 THC cannabis strain. And then we're being purchasing and processing hemp as well. And so we'll be launching a high CBD cannabis oil, high CBD hemp oil from the hemp plant. And so we submitted for our oil sales license last month in April, and we're anticipating to start shipping in the summertime. And so really we move from we're adding value by converting bulk cannabis into pre-rolls, and we'll be adding a lot more value with much stronger margins as we transition to be a cannabis oil focused company. And of course, with the new regulations coming out in September, in the fall of 2019, in regards to topicals and extracts and edibles. It's a whole world of opportunity for us, and we're going to specialize in one of those three. We've been introducing products in the topicals line. That's going to be a real focus for us. So really, the future for Blissco is exciting, and with this ethanol extraction lab, we have the opportunity to bring in, a significant amount of revenue. So I'm very proud of the revenue that we've had in to date thus far. So and it's an exciting time, and you've probably heard about the European GMP, Everett. Have you heard much about that?
A little bit, I have.
Yeah. So with Blissco, we started our European GMP certification process last in the summer of 2018, and we've signed a distribution agreement with a German distributor. And what this is going to allow us to do, we had the German regulators on site in late January, and with this German GMP certification, we will be able to export product to Germany. Germany is currently the largest legal medical market in the world, federally, with approximately 80 million citizens. So the demand there is very, very strong. So we are, currently the licensed producers in Canada are federally licensed to a level of good production practices. But the European good manufacturing Deluxe certification takes it to an even higher level, a higher level of pharmaceutical grade. And we've made some slight modifications to. We've introduced a lot of new standard operating procedures, and we've made some modifications to the layout of our facility to meet the needs of the European GMP. And there's only there's under 10 GMP certified cannabis facilities in Canada right now. So we look forward to adding that to our company portfolio and adding more value to our company and being able to export to the German and the European market.
My guest today is Damian Kettlewell. He is the CEO and president, chairman, founder of Blissco Cannabis Corp, trade on the OTCQB under the ticker symbol HSTRF, also trade on the CSE under the ticker symbol BLIS. They're also on the Frankfurt Exchange, ticker symbol GQRB, if you're listening to that. I wanted to talk about some of the new agreements that you recently announced here in the last couple of months. How are you guys going to execute on that, and what is that going to do for distribution?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And for a growing company like us to have distribution agreements in 4 provinces right now, we have to be we have to be different. We can be, as mentioned, we're a cannabis wellness brand, and we've got a premium product. But one thing that really helps us stand out from the crowd is our packaging. We have, we're really committed to sustainable and ecological packaging that is, of course, child friendly and meets with the regulations. So, in regards to that, our 3.5 gram and 7 gram containers are made from recycled milk jugs. The bottom part of the vessel, except for the cap, is made from recycled milk jugs, and we'll be the first in the country to launch that. Our pre-rolled pouches are made from compostable paper and recycled paper. And then we're very excited to be working on, the summertime, we'll be launching pre-rolled tubes. These tubes are made from ocean waste, and so it helps rid the ocean of plastic. And so with all the child certification, certifications as well, for sure. And as well, we're on our cannabis oil tincture bottles are made from glass as well. So we have received some positive comments from across Canada in regards to our sustainable packaging. And we are very proud of that, and it's helping us stand out in the marketplace and get in some of these distribution agreements. We have 4 to date with 4 provinces, and that's going to be growing through the calendar year. Our goal this year is to build out our ethanol extraction lab so we can start be on a run rate to produce 10.6 million cannabis oil tincture bottles a year. And we want to get additional production. We want to get in additional provinces, and of course, and then get our GMP certification so we can export to Europe.
In closing here, what would you want my listeners to take away, and your stockholders to take away from this interview?
I would say definitely take a look at Blissco as a company that has been focused on operations and hitting operational milestones. We're starting to get the word out about our story now. We have revenue after 5 years. Our revenue is scheduled to double every quarter. So it's been a long road building the company since we were first incorporated in October 2013, and now in 2019 we've just completed our first quarter of revenue, and the wind is at our back as we really focus on high margin products like cannabis oil moving forward, and knowing that we have the distribution channels in place through our dried flower agreements, and then they'll be pivoting to focus primarily on cannabis oils moving forward. So Blissco is going to be a company to watch out for, and see us. I come from a background operating a number of businesses that are all cash flow positive and some a good amount of net income. So we're really focused on getting to being cash flow positive and having strong net income and driving that top line revenue growth. So really, it's going to be it's really a most exciting year in our company's development.
I couldn't agree with you more. Damian, thank you so much for coming back on the show. I greatly appreciate it. I wish that you come back on in 30 to 40 days, give us an update of what's going on with your company. And I know right now it's an exciting time for you guys for the first time getting ready to post revenues. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Everett.
This program is entirely sponsored and produced by Uptick Newswire LLC, which is responsible for the content. The opinions and information provided on this program are those of the guests and those of the respective companies they represent, and do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of Uptick Newswire. Uptick Newswire encourages all listeners of this program to do their due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that will work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional. The guests of this program may have paid for its distribution and are not directly affiliated with Uptick Newswire or this.